I have a question for you. What does it mean to be a man? Is it the size of your biceps? Is it how much money you make? Is it the car that you drive? If you're a chimpanzee, it means being able to seal. And by seal, I don't mean the aquatic mammal. I mean the act of closing something. When a male chimp reaches sexual maturity, he will leave his mother's group to join a new group of chimps, typically led by an alpha male. Now, in order to gain the respect of his new peers, he has to prove himself. This requires a great deal of upper body strength. And if the chimp cannot maintain this position, well, he simply won't be respected. It has to do with their legs. Key chimpanzees have longer legs than most other primates, and this allows them to move around in the trees with greater speed and agility. But it also makes it difficult for them to balance while standing on two legs. Chimpanzees who are born without the ability to seal can learn the skill by watching other chimps. It is a way to show dominance, to attract mates, and to navigate the world around them. Well, if you were a chimpanzee, that is, for humans, being a man means something different. It means being strong, sure, but also being caring and compassionate. It means being someone who can protect those weaker than him, but also someone who can offer a helping hand to those in need. It doesn't mean having big biceps or a fancy car. It means being the best version of yourself. It may seem strange to us, but to the chimpanzee, it is as natural as breathing. Well, that's for you to decide. Just remember to be strong, be compassionate, and be the best role model you can be. Because being a man isn't about what you can physically do. It's about who you are as a person. So it may not just be an instinct, but a combination of instinct and learning. In fact, adult chimps can only stand on two legs for a few seconds at a time before they start to lose their balance. He will be laughed out of the group and maybe even get beaten up. And no one wants that. By keeping their legs locked in a kneeling position, they are able to distribute the weight more evenly and stay upright for longer periods of time. This would have been especially useful for our ancestors who lived in the trees and needed to move around in order to find food. Why is it so important for them to be able to seal? Well, it's all about showing dominance. See, when a chimp seals, he is showing everyone that he is strong enough to dominate a female during mating. And believe it or not, there is scientific evidence to support this. He needs to show them that he is strong enough to seal, which means he has to clasp two objects together so that they cannot be separated. In other words, the better he could seal, the more dominant he was. However, there is some debate over this study because, well, it's kind of difficult to measure dominance in a group of primates. You can't exactly ask them, who is the boss around here? They literally kick him in the groin until he submits. These are called the eschyle rims, and only a fully grown chimpanzee can clasp them together. The smaller rims are located near the top of the thighs, while the larger rims are located further down. Now, this is not as easy as it sounds, because during the sealing, the male chimp has to keep his legs locked in a kneeling position while supporting his own body weight. In fact, this practice of sealing is so important to chimps that if a young, unsealing male chimp approaches a female chimp who is ready to mate, the other males will prevent him from doing so. So you might be wondering, why do chimps even do this? A study conducted by Franz de Waal in 1982 found that the more dominant a male chimp was, the higher his sealing ability was. But there is another explanation for why chimps seal. Sealing may have evolved as a way for chimps to overcome this problem. However, there is also evidence to suggest that sealing is a learned behavior. Whatever the reason, sealing is an important part of life for male chimps. And now you know what it means to be a man. So what does it mean to be a man?